Hey guys, so let's talk about rational and irrational functions, okay? So basically rational functions are functions that can be expressed in fractions, okay? Expressed in fractions. While irrational is cannot. They cannot be expressed in fractions. So an example of a irrational function or irrational number would be, for example, a square root of 2, okay? Because for a square root of 2, you cannot express that in a fraction, okay? So you can't have express it in this form, okay? Where m and n are real numbers. So for example, let's look at x minus 6 equals to root 3. Okay, that is also a irrational function because you would have a surd. This is called a surd. So a square root is called a surd. Okay, you would have surd in it, and that is not a rational function. It is a irrational function. Okay, so let's talk about rational functions first. So rational functions are really easy. 2x plus 1 over 3x plus 2 will give me 5. Okay, so a common method of solving rational functions would be a cross multiplication. Okay, so that will be 2 plus 1 equals to 5 into 3x plus 2, and that'll be 2x plus 1 equals to 15x plus 10, so that will become 13x plus 9 equals 0. So that will be x equals to negative 0.69, and that I can express it as a fraction, which is 1 over 13. Okay, so the key point here is in the exams, if they want you to solve for a rational function, keep in mind that most of the time you will need to use the multiplication, cross multiplication. Okay, let's look at another one. We have 2x plus 1 over 3x plus 2 equals to x plus 5. So again, we'll be doing the cross multiplication, right? Multiplication. Okay, so let's get started. So 2x plus 1 and then x plus 5 into x plus 2, 3x plus 2. Okay, so we obviously will end up in a quadratic, so that would be 3x squared plus 17x plus 10, and then after rearranging it, we have x squared, 3x squared plus 5x plus 9 gives me 0. So that would be 15. So after we solve it, we get x equals to 0.697, and then x2, that's x1, x2 would be 4.303. Okay, so always remember that cross multiplication in a rational function is important. Now let's have a look at another example. We have 2x plus 1 over 5x plus 3 equals to 4 over t. Okay, so solve in terms of t. Now when they say in terms of t, it will have to be x is equals to something t. Okay, so we're actually saying solving x in terms of t. Okay, so again we're going to use the cross multiplication method. So 2x plus 1 x into, and then 4 into 5x plus 3. Okay, so what do we get? We get 2tx plus t equals to 20x plus 12. Okay, now we're going to rearrange until we get x to the other side. So that would be 2tx minus 20x is equals to 12 minus t. Okay, we'll bring the we'll bring the x out, so 2t minus 20 equals to 12 minus t. So therefore, x is equals to 12 minus t over 2t minus 20. So again, these questions here basically just remember the cross multiplication. Okay guys, so let's come back to irrational functions now. Irrational functions is when your independent variable x is underneath a radical sign. Okay, so this is called the radical sign. A radical sign. And one of the major differences, besides being under a radical sign, is that when you solve irrational functions, you tend to have two solutions, okay? X1 and x2. And usually you will need to plug or substitute these two numbers back into the original equation to verify if it's the true solution or a false solution, okay? So let's have a try at one irrational function. So you have x minus 6 is equals to square root of 3x, okay? Now we would need to square both sides. Okay, so square both sides, that would be x squared minus 12x plus 36 equals to 3x. Okay, now remember how I told you that you will have two solutions and then you have to verify it by substituting it back to the original equation, which is this one. Now the reason you need to do that is because you are now squaring both sides, and by doing that you are generating two solutions. Okay, there should be only one, but because we have a square root sign, so we have to square it so we can get the solution. Okay, so what I mean is, so if we continue doing this formula, x squared minus 15x plus 36 gives me 0. Okay, so if I factorize it, you guys should know that will be x minus 12, and that would be x minus 6 equals 0. Okay, so x1 is equals to 12, and then x2 is equals to 6. Okay, now let's have a look. So x minus 6 equals to square root of 3 times 12. Okay, or we can have x minus 6 equals to square root of 3 times 6. Okay, so for the first one, that will be x minus 6 is equals to square root of 36. Okay, so 36, that would become 6, and that will 12 minus 6, that will become 6 as well. So this is a correct answer. Okay, well, now look at the other one. So 6 minus 6 is equals to square root of 18. Obviously this is the incorrect answer. Okay, so we need to verify that when we arrive to this point, we have to verify this point here. We need to verify our solution. Okay, now in this case, therefore x1 is equals to 12 and acceptable. Okay, right, so let's move on and do an extra question. So we have x minus 2 is x minus 2 square root of x equals to 3. Now we need to collect the like terms together, remember? So 2x should go to the other side. So we have x minus 3 is equals to 2 square root of x. Okay, again we need to square root. So that would be x squared minus 6x plus 6 equals to 4 multiplied by x. Now if we simplify, that will become x squared minus 10x plus 9 gives me 0. Okay, so that will be x minus 9 and then x minus 1. So that would be x1 is equals to 9 and then x2 is equals to 1. Now because this is an irrational function, I will need to check it. So let me check it. So what was my original equation? My original is that. So let's try it. 9 minus 3 is equals to 2 square root of 9. And for the other one, 1 minus 3 is equals to 2 square root of 1. So that will be what? So this would be 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so this is 6. And what about this one? That is also equals to 6. So that is correct, but this is not. The other one is not. So therefore, x is equals to 9. Okay, x is equals to 9. So let's try another equation. We have k square root of x minus 1 minus 4 square root of x equals to 0. Now we put this to the other side. So that would be k is equals to 4 square root of x. So again, we square root, and that would be k square into into x minus 1 is equals to 16 times x, right? So that would be kx square minus k square equals to 16x. So again, we collect the like terms. So k square x is minus 16x is equals to k square. So let's take out the x. So k square minus 16 is equals to k square. So therefore, x is equals to k square over k square minus 16. Or you can write it as x is equals to k square over k plus 4 k minus 4 minus 4. Okay, now for this one we have a condition, that is where k cannot be equals to 4 and negative 4. Okay, because if k is 4 and negative 4, x will be undefined. Okay guys, so I hope this is clear. Also, when you have questions, please go to the discussion board and ask me anything you like, and I'll see you guys in the next lecture.